So today is March 10, which means it is Mario Day. If you guys don't know, Nintendo is celebrating every year for March 10 because if you type MAR then 10, it looks like it's spelled Mario.
It's a me, a Mario.
By celebrating Mario Day, we'll be photoshopping the Super Mario Bros. Box art. So we have this art by Koriji, which will be linked in the description. So yeah, let's get started. So first, we're just gonna do his hat first, then we can go on and do the rest. Now we have done and traced the shape of Mario's cap. All we need is the texture. So we are using this cloth texture for his hat. So we're just gonna resize it, then do some warp action. Just like this. Just gonna make it make the texture wrap around his cap so it looks a little believable. There we go. Now all we need is to recolor this texture. So we're just gonna desaturate it and do some overlay. Now all we need is some shadows. We're just gonna trace this line of, just to separate it so we can give it some depth. Now all I think we need is this M on his hat, so I'm just gonna trace it, not too biggie. And then I'm gonna need the letter M on his cap. Just it signifies M for Mario. I think it's obvious enough. Like L for Luigi, W for Wario. Then I like the way they put the symbol on Waluigi. They just make the L just an upside down L, because they're opposites. There you go. So now let's move on and shade the entire cap. Not too much because just painting black to white will maybe not look too good, but no worries. Do some color grading and stuff. So we're just gonna trust the process. Now we can move on to Mario's face. And now before we go and fully shade the face, we need to first make his eyes, or his eye rather, because we can only see one. Just gonna trace his iris, which in turn we can just resize the iris like this and then change the color so it will turn into a pupil. Now I know the difference of what is iris and what is pupil. Oh, his eyes are red here. Well, it looks like we're just gonna make this red now. Huh. There we go. Now we can move on to his hair. Now we have this Karen hair. If you have been watching my channel for a long time, you will definitely see me using this hair more often. Yes, I personally think that it's useful because I can do some warping on it, just like that. So we have now his hair done and sideburns done. Now all we need is the mustache. We're just gonna use the same hair. All we're going to do is just warp the hell out of it. And now we can go and shade his entire face now because we have now all the necessary parts. We are now done. So let's proceed to his body now. There's no line for his arms, so we're just gonna make one. While we're at it, we're just gonna do his right hand. Now, I'm just gonna need this cotton texture for his gloves. And then just gonna, just resize, then rotate, then warp it around. There we go. Now, all we need is just some shading action. There we go. Now the right hand is now done. Maybe we can now proceed on his left arm now. I was confused there for a second. Now I think we can now proceed to the overalls now. So first let's do this one strap. Then gonna use this denim texture. And then we can do this one, this thing to his. Let me do the L trick where you make an L shape in both of your hands. So if this is, so this is right. Oh yeah. So I think that yep, this is right. This is the right leg. And there we go. Maybe let's do the right shoe first. There we go. Now I think we're just gonna use some leather texture on his shoe. So I'm just gonna assume that that is a leather. We're just going to desaturate it, and then you have now this, the recolor texture. And then I'm just gonna do the sole of his shoe now. We're almost done with Mario. Now all we need is this one. Maybe we can do some magic going on here. Like this, no, please? Ooh, maybe. I think all we need to do is just mask the unnecessary parts. Ooh, okay, that looks good, that looks good. So now all we need is we're just gonna redo the whole shading part. And there we go. Now, I think we are done with Mario now. So now, let's do the background.